Sorry to bother you. I'm Matt King. Yeah, I've come to pick up my daughter, Alexandra.
Alex?
Dad? What's up, Dad? What's happening?
You need to come home and see your mom.
I think when the average person hears the name George Clooney, we think of everything that comes with that. We think of the celebrity, we think of the sexiest man alive, we think of, Batman or however you think of him. For you, what was the point where you stopped thinking of him as that George Clooney?
It was quite sudden, actually. George, if you strip away the word celebrity and 2 times sexiest man alive, all of those fancy...
Does he remind you of those things?
As a joke only, yes. He really is just George from Kentucky with a heart of gold. He is the most giving, humble, down-to-earth. The man is never in his trailer, ever. He always says, he's like, listen, I'm from Kentucky. We try to stay out of trailers. Which is so, he's never in his trailer. He's always on set, laughing, making jokes with everyone. He's not George Clooney, this famous dreamboat. He's George Clooney, this amazing human being.
Were you afraid that he was going to be that celebrity?
I like to think of myself as a fairly educated human being, but I'm very uneducated when it comes to actors and directors. So I didn't really know, I knew George Clooney, but I didn't know what his personality was like. Obviously, I don't read the magazines. But coming to set, he just created such a comfortable vibe from the get-go that there was never any nerves of, oh my God, this is George Clooney.
I'm the backup parent, the understudy. I thought you were supposed to be getting your act together.
I've been doing really well, actually. Nobody ever seems to notice that.
And with Elizabeth, my wife, in the hospital, my daughters are testing me.
Look who's here. Get out of my underwear, you freak.
Oh, okay.
Don't
Back inside now.
Real good job you're doing.
So I read an interview with you recently, and you said that I'm not a good actor, I'm just a really good listener, which I thought was really interesting. So I wanted to ask you, what is the difference between those two? And also, how can you look at your performance in this movie and not think that you're a good actor?
I think good acting comes from professional listening, from really hearing and reacting to what the person is telling you. Whether it's good news, bad news, that's where you're gonna get the emotion, and that's how you're going to portray and evoke what you're truly feeling. If my dad were to come to me and tell me that my mom was in a coma or whatever the situation, I would naturally, my face would do what it does. So I feel like great actors are people who have taken the time to really listen and to absorb what the person is telling them.
We have to go through this thing together, you and Scotty and me.
Dad, this is Sid. He's gonna be with me. I'll be a lot more civil with him around.
What's up, bro?
Don't ever do that to me again. I have to go around and tell people what's happening, family and a few close friends.
I don't want to talk about Mom with anyone.
Look, whatever you two fought about, you have to drop it. Grow up.
You really don't have a clue, do you? Dad, Mom was cheating on you.
After the movie, everyone was talking about your performance, and everyone was wondering, well, what did she go through in real life to be able to pull from it? Does she have issues with her parents, or did she have a bad relationship? And I was trying to do some research, and I couldn't find anything. So, are people expecting you to have gone through something like this? Are you hearing that a lot?
I guess, and that again comes back to the listening. If my dad were to say something as tragic as what Alexandra had to go through, I would flip out, I would freak out. So it's not, I didn't pull from anything, and I've had a really awesome childhood. I'm so fortunate, but yeah, it's all about the writing. Alexander's a pro at really getting the words to affect you, and they're very human. They're not covered up by any acting kind of situation.
I want to talk about that scene that you keep bringing up where you're in the pool and George tells you the situation that's going on with your mom. Because, you take that and you go underwater and you convey so much emotion in that one scene. And I read that in the script, all it said was she goes underwater and distorts her face. How do you take that line from the script and turn it into what I think is probably the best moment in the movie?
I'm very comfortable in water. Water is my safe zone. I was swimming at 1.5. So for me, crying underwater wasn't a big deal. Like, it's safe. It's where you can be vulnerable and let yourself freak out, and no one knows, no one can hear you or see you. And I think that was a very beautiful moment for her, because she has always had such a tough shell around her, and she's used to being the strong one in the family. So for her to be vulnerable and then to have a place to escape and let it all out, it was fun for me. It was like going underwater and being able to do whatever you felt like doing. And Alexander really liked it, and we kind of messed around a few times, and that's what came out.
Who is he? I'd like to know who the guy is that my wife was seeing.
And with this movie, obviously, when it's at Toronto, it's it's going to get Oscar buzz, and it's not even coming out till November, and people are already talking about the buzz behind it. Are you nervous? Does that make you more nervous because of it, or does that ease things a little bit that people are excited?
It's kind of like every situation in life. The way I look at it is day by day. You never know what tomorrow's going to bring, and who's going to like it, and who's not going to like it, and who's going to reprimand you for this and applaud you for that. So if you just take it all in stride and with gratitude, then everything comes out perfect.
It's such a pleasure to talk. I look forward to talking with you many, many times.
Absolutely.
Take care.
Thank
Have a great
you.
day. Thank you, guys.
You too.
What you've been going through, that's a tough deal.
I'm just trying to keep my head above water.
I'm gonna hit you.
How often do old people just haul off and cold cock you like that?